Pretty good. Oh yeah, we should start radio.
Yeah, it's gonna be a short episode today, DJ. I promise. Let's go to the streams channel.
We have two characters to go over.
All right, everybody. Let's start Granblue Radio. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Granblue Radio. I actually shouldn't start yet. Never mind. False start. I need to rename the episode for Henry because also I'm still streaming Super Robot Wars.
What is on screen right now?
Hold on. I'm not actually playing Super Robot Wars right now this second. I'm sorry.
They are in Granblue Fantasy.
Sakura Tyson's in Granblue Fantasy, and Code Geass is too. See? And Code Geass is too. Oop, hold on, let me mute myself on here.
So did you have to what's it called? Adjust anything?
For what?
Weren't you moving away from your last setup for streaming?
I haven't changed it yet. I'm moving away from just the alerts system, so it's not that much of a difference. But I just have to switch over at some point so that I don't use Streamlabs anymore. Granblue Radio number 253. Censor. Let's see. Lyrics may be inappropriate. Warning, explicit lyrics. There we go. Alright, now let's begin. Alright, hey everybody, sorry for the false start. Welcome to Granblue Radio number 253. I promised to make this a short episode for DJ.
I promise not to make this a short episode.
I see. Okay. And then
nothing better to do.
Alright, fine. That's fair. So this is Vibrating Sheep. You can follow me on Granblue EN. If you're watching this, you probably already are. Let's be honest about this one. With me, as always, to bounce ideas off of
is DJ. Don't follow me. I retweet weird things.
And by weird, we mean like his girls,
idols,
his 2D.
Yeah.
All right. So the DOS was a hard. The end of the line farewell tour rerun really did bring Benjamin to us. Fantasy Benjamin.
This thing's so metal.
That cover is really good. I love it. I especially love the fact that when someone says, I'm getting SMT vibes from this, you can't say no. It's like, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Did you want to go over Benjamin first? Did you want to go over Arulu?
Benjamin.
Alright. So, let's go Benjamin. Fantasy tag, because this is Alidos when he was actually a sociopathic executioner / frontman for a metal band. My favorite thing is that some people are like, man, I love how they retconned Alidos' past. And it's like, actually, Alidos' past was pretty much set up like this from the beginning. Because, like, when you first meet Alidos, you're, the person who introduces him to you is like, yeah, you should never get him anywhere near a sword. There's
and then
something
you see him with a sword.
And it's like, there's something wrong with this kid, but he seems okay right now at this moment. And then, yeah. So here we go. Benjamin. Sword Harp. Look at that. Alidos is also Sword Harp, isn't he?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why he always had harp. He always had harp, and he always had sword.
Yeah. So
you see what happens in his Fate episode with the sword.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got ourselves a Harp Earth character, and he joins, what, 3 others? It's Chicken, it's Diantha, and it is... Who's the third? It was Chicken, Diantha, there was one more. Bale. And that's a pretty good lineup. Any lineup that includes Chicken is a good lineup, so we'll just start there. Just keep in mind that if you have Chicken, then there are things that will work better, and then, surprisingly, this kit works with Diantha, so let's get in here.
I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly. So, where do you think we should start with him? With his passives, or...
Let's start with passives.
All right.
Let's just get that out of the way.
So his passives are a big part of how he works. They're important. So high flying gig. Based on the number of harp allies in his party, he starts with boost to attack.
30% unique.
Then he gets more charge meter gain for himself.
20% boost.
So 20%. And boost to CA specs with 3 other harp spec allies.
50% CA damage, 30% cap.
So do those care about backline? Because most of those passives care about backline. They include backline.
It just says in party, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, cool. So, all right. So just think that if you have, say, the Bale Deontha team for him or something like that, then he's going to have all of these. Cool. Even with only 2 of them, it's great. Like, you don't care about boost to CA specs that much necessarily. It's nice. 30% cap is always good. It's just that, sometimes it's not worth giving up your entire CA damage slot to give him 30% CA cap up.
Look, we're keeping Deontha on the team. She extends the hype, okay?
All right, yeah, that's true. So it makes up a little bit for losing out on Deontha CA damage. And then the other one is the Vicious Chant. So at the end of his turn, he gets 5% meter for every level of hype, 1 to 4. When his hype is actually 4, he does a 3-hit nuke at the end of every turn.
I have no numbers on that nuke.
But importantly, so let's just say he's in that boost to charge bar gain mode. It's 20 a turn, you said?
So
it's 20 a turn if the entire team is harp, and then how many percent does he get from the passive? Let's see. It's
a 20% boost, so that's.
So it's 24 meter every turn.
Yeah.
For having a full harp team. And harp has one of the best classes in the game in lumberjack if you care to use it. So
Actually, you don't even need a full harp team. You just need one other ally.
It's just one?
It should be. He should
right.
be able to count himself, and there's only 3 buffs.
Yeah, that's fair. Let me see if GameWith has any notes on him.
Yeah, check GameWith, because Wiki doesn't have all those details.
Alright, so he includes himself. So he always has 30% unique attack. And so, yeah, with just one other harp ally in the party, then he gets 20% meter up, and that's gonna feed into everything else, because he's gonna do some Lich level things. It's not on Lich's level.
It's not Lich level. There's no way you can be a Lich level unless you're doing it every 2 turns.
Yeah. 24 meter a turn with guaranteed triple attacks, though. That's up there. All right, so here's the thing. So when he CAs, he gets skill 1 off of cooldown, which is important because he needs to keep up hype. Now the problem with hype as a mechanic that you only do 3 out of every 7 turns is that the first application of hype is a random number between 1 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And given that he wants to be at hype 4, he's not going to really be able to do it himself, which is where Deontha comes in.
Yeah, he will fall off really fast.
Yeah.
Hype only lasts 3 turns.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike in Fire Team, you don't extend it that well by dodging or anything.
Yeah, you don't extend it with Anthuria. There's no Earth version of Anthuria yet. So the thing is, though, so skill 1 for Benjamin gives us, let's see here, so 3 turns of hype, and then increase effective boost to charge bars based on caster's hype.
Alright, so it's 5% for each hype, so it goes up to 30% at level 4.
So he can give himself 50% meter gain at the end of every turn. 50% meter gain passively, along with his 20 every turn, which means he's gaining 30 meter every turn when he's going.
And oh
And,
boy, he'd be going.
yeah. And then we have Bloody Rain, which is it's a nuke, it's a delay, it's a double delay when his hype is 4. This can be very good if you can have him at hype 4.
Yeah. Delay is just good in general, though. So,
Hmm Then the
however,
double
Grudge,
delay is double good.
Grudge feedback though.
So he triple attacks, it's on a 6-turn cooldown, and he gets strength. It's
And it
everybody
affects
when his hype is 4.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just the entire team declare triple attack. Earth doesn't have its Grand Jean passive yet that I know of, which was something that we were talking about with several other previous like Earth releases, like when we were talking about who. Oh, it was Kukuru, Halloween Kukuru with the triple attack passive. The her attacks split into 3, so we don't have that yet. Another character who's just sort of sitting around waiting to enable that. Um, and yeah, so in the ideal case, he gains 30 meter every turn. He triple attacks on one of those turns, which gives him, 35 times 1.5. That's like 55 meter. So 2 turns
No
later,
CA.
he CAs again and presses this button again.
So however, Dialta is also another factor because she can also give 30% meter. Oh no, not 30% meter, 10% uplift, but 30% gain.
Right.
That's one of her possible buffs from skill 3.
So 10% uplift. Then he, instead of gaining 30 a turn, he'll be gaining, let's see, 45 a turn. That's almost as much meter as Lich gains at the end of the turn.
That's before he's triple attacking too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's pretty much gonna get the meter.
Right. And so this all predicates on keeping hype 4 though. And so that's your quest, right? You're trying to make sure that he keeps that hype as long as possible, which is once again that's Deonta's job.
You can also what's it called? In order to speed up some of the meter gains, you can also use MC as a lumberjack with
Or you can Rising
with
Force and unleash the Fury and just have him at 100. just hit it. Well, that's a mid fight thing, not an early fight thing,
yeah.
admittedly.
I'm talking about just keeping it going though.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm looking at Bale. Bale is a single target buffer. Like he's attaches to someone else. He does not grant hype, though. He's just a solid single target support.
You know who is also just really good at giving meter out?
Who's that?
Grandpa.
Oh yeah, Meter Grandpa. It's been a while.
Yeah, he's still good.
He's still good. It's true.
He,
He's also
he's
good
gonna
at
get
delaying still.
he's also gonna get meter from the other characters giving him meter.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So essentially, what you're saying is that you can make this like Aada, Deonth, Benjamin team that is just like Benjamin's going to be CAing every other turn. Deontha, it doesn't really matter. Like Aada already
Well,
CAs every
she
other
does
turn.
need a CA though because that's how she extends hype.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's a fun sounding engine.
Other things you could do is also play Ladiva team
Ooh, that sounds great actually.
because Ladiva also gives hype,
Thanks, Mom.
and also if you're playing Deonta, you want Deonta not to be hit at all.
Ladiva
So
brings the pain to herself. It's true.
yeah,
Like,
she has passive hostility up.
yeah, and also, yeah, when grapple is up, then you,
Even more.
yeah.
So
So,
yeah, there's a lot of fun you can have with this.
yeah, and Ladiva's always been a good character. That perpetuity um, damage buff is real strong. And hey, yeah, there's the hype, but really it's the damage amp. Sorry, not perpetuity. Being able
Yeah,
to have a damage amp.
you have to time it well with Deontas though, because they just override each other. So
Oh, that's fair. So anyway, Benjamin's a cool design. I enjoy this. I also enjoy the fact that they're willing to be like, you know what? We already have real murderers. Let's have a fantasy murderer on here.
You
He
know,
only
it's
he only
just things
killed
that
bad
happens.
guys, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one you will leave.
His profile, by the way, like when we translated his profile, people were like, "Man, this is so cringy." And it's just like, you know, this is less cringy than his Aoido's profile.
Which part was that?
Um, all right. So, as a reminder of what his profile says, it's like height unknown, but his fans always go, "I thought he's taller than I expected," or it's like the human form cannot contain him.
So it's uncertain. I see that right there.
Yeah. However,
He's classified human.
he's classified as human because he's human.
But it's funny.
It is amazingly funny. Or what was it? It's like uh, weaknesses unknown. To reveal this would be the greatest of cruelties to the fans.
No, that's also his likes too.
Jeez.
Yeah, and we're having fun with the fantasy tag.
We really are.
Let's
Like,
just keep it coming.
do you remember? Well, okay. So here's the other thing. Did you ever read Aoidos's um? Let's see. Aoidos's profile is not as fun as I remember it being. Why is that not? It was. Oh yeah, it's because he dislikes narcissists. It's like,
Ah,
hold on. Anyway,
so good. I love this game.
boy. All right, shall we move over to the other mom potato?
Yeah, I'm out of ideas with hype.
Well, it's a very weakly supported mechanic because it's something that they give to musicians and wrestlers.
Entertainers.
Yep, entertainers only. All right.
Yeah.
So,
So but remember, Dodge used to be really underrepresented,
it's
and now
true.
we look where we're at now.
Very true. All right. So we have ourselves another spicy version of a character put into light. So this is the miniature version of Greya, basically. Like you can see a lot of similarities in the costume design.
Ah,
So spicy Arulumaya. Um, we're instead of going to her passives, we're going to start with her skill 3 because the um, this is her cornerstone because her
I like the
CA
full cooldown.
refreshes it. Every CA that you do, then it comes off of cooldown, and that's important because every time that you press it, it does more. So, uh, it always gives you Veil, and
Yeah, it's
then
always good.
it gives you one random of buff from either double attack and triple attack.
I have no numbers on that.
Let me go find those. I'm sure it's going to be 30-30 just because every number for DATA is 30-30. Let's find out. It is. Let's see. They actually don't have numbers on it. They just say multi-attack up.
Okay.
All right. Light attack is 20%.
Is it?
Yes. Oh wait, no, it's
Huh?
not light attack. That's light chaser is 20%.
Yeah,
The
so
light
that's what I
attack
say.
is 30%. Sorry. Um, the guard is 20%,
100% proc.
and the mirror image is its mirror image.
It's
You
mirror
dodge
image.
once.
Nothing changes. Nothing
Hmm.
changes the mirror image.
Right. So the one that they do have numbers for, by the way, her passive buff from Moonlight Prism is 10% DA, 5% TA when she does not have a debuff on her.
Oh, good. Oh man, I wish there was a way to keep debuffs off in light.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, that's gonna be the crux of where we're gonna be comparing her to because Light has so many ways to just ignore debuffs. So many. Like the most basic one is Saruel, and he's considered not good anymore. Like he's not enough. He just
But he's my
doesn't do.
boy.
He's a good boy, but like it comes down to what the value is of Veil these days. Because V2, Beelzebub specifically disallows Veil.
Correct.
Um, Belial randomly applies Skill Seal on his attacks, so sometimes you just lose Veil. It works on Lucilius, but how
Which
often do you? How,
which is funny because they just gave Light another way to survive Paradise Lost.
yeah, uh, but it's just like the Veil part of it is powerful early game, and the later you get in the game, the less and less it does.
I mean, deciding around Veil is like you have to pretty much ignore the bosses. Pretty much have to ignore it in some way.
Yeah, like
Belial just constantly hitting you,
yeah,
and
Fediel.
it could just do it.
Yeah, he learned that from Fediel because Fediel was doing that before Belial was, where if you take any damage whatsoever, then you get a debuff on you.
Yep, and that one's a stacking one. That's fun.
Yeah, that one stacks up to 5. So, like this set of stuff, it reminds me of her Christmas version, where it's all of these like it's this nice little toolbox, and getting all of them at once is nice, but wow, the work it takes to get there.
At least I don't have to randomly look into a globe
True, very true. We don't just look into a globe and see what happens next.
and hope it worked.
hmm So, next up, um, so that's her main like gimmick. Every time she CAs, you get Veil, and you get another 1 to 5 buffs.
Not bad buffs,
2 to 5
but
buffs, honestly, because of the CA part where I said they're not bad buffs. The question is, like, we'll have to look at the rest of her package and then start comparing her to the other, like, very, very insanely good defensive supports that Light has. All right,
one of the best ones is free.
yeah. So here we go. We've got the thing. This is the thing that we were wondering if they were ever going to give Light. It's Dark Switch. And the reason that we were wondering if they were going to ever give Light a Dark Switch character was because of the Burger Man. So Geisenborger,
What? Nicholas could light switch if he's in the robot.
in the robot, yeah, this is repeatable and affects your entire team, as opposed to it requires you to fulfill an entire subquest and then get in the robot.
But yeah,
Now,
anyways, Geisenberger.
so this is the thing that makes her unique among Light supports. She can Dark Switch for 3 turns, which would then mean that any single hit that your Light team takes that has elemental damage of any kind is now capped at 10k. And so things like this actually works in V2. Chaos Caliber now does 10k damage. All right. Paradise Lost and Lucilius does 10k damage. Um, Belial does gajillions of hits, so
Belial will kill you still.
yeah, Belial will
I've
still
seen
kill
how many
you.
times he hit me.
Yeah, yeah. But this is a very powerful piece of the toolbox. It's something that is unique to her. And then the last one is shield to somebody, dodge all from that to that person, which is something that you can see in who has that. Shalem has that, for example. It's a powerful thing to have untargeted, and Light has a very high number of sub all characters that she can use this on, and the sub all
One of
and
them's free.
yeah,
Thanks, Pecorine.
there's 2 of them that are free. It's just that if you have this active and you target the one, then the Burger Man will no longer be capping the amount of dark damage you take because he'll be in the front line at that point.
Yeah, that's true. Also, he can't die, so there's no point of him dodging.
Yeah, he'll just live at 1. Like you would do this essentially just to extend his I'll bet my soul by a turn.
But at that point, you should have just been playing Greya.
Yeah, which is a bad deal given that this is a 6-turn cooldown. You want short cooldowns to target Geisenborger with. So good synergy with any sub all. Good synergy with backline Geisenborger. Um, and then like this is the last part of it. When an enemy uses a special attack, she heals your entire team.
1K.
and 10% boost to everybody's meter.
That's way more important than 1k health.
It really is. Like, um, whenever the enemy does a CA and Rosamia gives herself meter, I'm like, oh, you messed up. You messed up,
Oh,
son.
this is the perfect time. She's gonna see it again. I get my charms.
Yeah. So, that stuff's it's a pretty interesting package. The question is if that package is strong enough that to use this character for anything other than love. So, for example, let's talk about the value of Veil, because Veil is powerful in the early game. Then they started designing around it.
Because
Beelzebub,
otherwise, it's just end all bring all.
yeah, Beelzebub, um, as a field effect, just says Veil doesn't work. However, you know what does work? Fief, the free character we were mentioning. If you don't want to get
Because
debuffed
his
in that,
resistance up.
yeah. If you want to just avoid being stunned by Chaos Caliber, if you want to avoid being um, summonless from Karma, then you press Fief's skill 2. The other option is you bring Mishra, who just has that permanently, but it's one character at a time, and then eventually you let her die.
Yeah, she doesn't do damage.
You don't. She doesn't do damage, and you eventually like to get out of Beelzebub. Yeah. Um. Anyway, so like, I don't think she's really fighting for Tico's spot because I don't know the difference between reactive clarity and active veil is it's very fight dependent.
Yeah, because Veil technically blocks everything that should come that turn.
So for
With a
example,
small asterisk.
yeah,
There's a small asterisk here.
yeah, with Anubis, then you'd probably want Arulumaya, but Anubis is so it would have to be a design like Anubis, where it is very frequently trying to do that to you to the point where Fief's protection will be down during some of the times, or
And,
yeah,
and you want to because you can cheat this cooldown off with
hmm
just CAing. Because Light
right,
doesn't have problems getting meter for CAing.
hmm yeah. Um, the whole thing where you prevent gigantic hits from one-shotting you. Um, so the equivalent of that would be the sub-all characters like Vera, Pekko, etc. Also, Noah can press a button and just you take 0 from that single hit. So it would have so the more hits it is, or the more turns in a row that it happens, the more important this is over something like Team Unchallenged or um, some other like big ol' damage cut.
Mm-hmm.
That fight, I don't know if that fight exists quite yet.
Usually everything's telegraphed.
Yeah, VTube telegraphs everything so that you can just press the one thing, and then um, they tend not to do like 2 hits that are really big. They tend to do either one big hit or many small hits. Right? That's their current design.
I
Um,
mean, the 40% cut's nice, but you're not gonna keep you can't keep the dark switch up.
yeah, and you'll also notice that I haven't even bothered to mention the refresh. I don't think there's such a thing as a refresh that impresses me.
What, you mean 400 refresh is not impressive, Dom? Woo, buddy! That's worse than some other ones, actually.
That's almost yeah. Like, whew, anyway. Um, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here, but it requires like a lot of things to go exactly a certain way for her to be better than the free characters or the other readily available gacha characters, right?
Yeah.
Like Tico can do better in very specific circumstances. Mishra is better for straight up hard content. Um, Fief is a freaking queen at hard content.
She's so good.
Yeah, Geisenborger and her do well together, but only because of Geisenborger's backline passive. Like her, if you're playing Geisenborger in frontline, then there's way better characters with 3 yellow buttons or 3 green buttons for him to play frontline. And so yeah, there's a lot that needs to go right, we'll see if any of the upcoming fights are the way that it goes right. But I mean, she's usable. She's fine.
She's definitely usable,
It's
but I
just that
don't see her me using her over certain characters.
yeah, she does a lot of things in a small way, and she does one unique thing where we're not sure if it's useful yet.
I mean, technically, you could have 100 cut dark cut.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. That's
that's
nice, but
like
I'd be hurting my summon grid.
yeah, like the thing is, for example, um, when you're expecting 2 turns of really big hits in a row, the following things have happened. Number one, you're getting like 25% Skyfall, 5% Skyfall from old Proto Bahamut, right? That used to happen a lot back when we did a lot less damage.
Yeah,
Um,
but we're in this day and age where Geisenberger exists, and
yeah. Uh, there's also the random element Paradise Lost into another Paradise Lost at the very end of Lucilius. The problem with that is that the very end of Lucilius also comes with an anti this mechanic built in because you'll eat a Paradise Lost, and then Lucilius's passive goes, and 2 turns have passed, and so this will fall
and so
off.
the dark switch is now gone.
The dark switch is off. You're like, oh, and you can't summon. You probably
Can't
can't
summon.
summon. So yeah, that's not necessary. They've already designed it in such a way that this doesn't do that. And so I guess the other one is you're playing in a multiplayer Beelzebub, and you're about to eat a Chaos Caliber at the end, and then another 5% pass, and you're like, oh, here's Chaos Caliber again. You're like, yes, I've planned for this. Right?
Ah, I don't think that situation usually comes up.
It
So
really doesn't. Usually when Chaos Caliber comes up, and you're just like, I'm going to block this one. And then
I
you're like,
can block this one.
yeah. And then after that, you're just like, all right, well, it's dead because we're playing in a group and people are holding they're lifting their own weight. Well, you know, if you've gotten to the point where you took 1 turn and it was Chaos Caliber, and you face tanked it with Dark Cut, Dark Switch, and then another Chaos Caliber comes up,
I mean, you would still just block.
yeah, and also that also means that the rest of your team in your 1 turn did 10% damage, or 15% or something like that, and so you're just like, you're doing fine. They don't need you.
Yeah, I
It,
don't know. Yeah, we all, like Assyrian said, we have to see whether it's good for Super Baja or not.
mhm. And like thinking of what once again about like the Beelzebub fight specifically, right? You can just hit Noah 2 and he blocks all of Chaos Caliber for you. And then because Beelzebub allows you to do this, you hit Keelan and then you press Noah 2 and Chaos Caliber does 0 damage to you.
Meanwhile, over here in Belial Land, you
Meanwhile,
summon you summon you messed up.
yeah, yeah. So once again, like there's so many different rule sets for the end game fights that we'll have to see because once again, this character does a lot of little things, but no like super strong single thing, super
Yeah,
strong, super
Tatum doesn't
specialized
even
thing.
work on 2 of those fights.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, uh, I should
But hey,
also mention,
people who like Arulu are living it up.
yeah, people who like Arulu, she's good to use. She's fun to use. You get to press buttons and you get buffs. As a dedicated Fiora player, I really do like pressing a button and getting random buffs.
Ah, you what was that 130?
130. Um, so here's the other thing, DJ, is that um, here's a light garrison and majesty weapon attached to a Rulu. That's really good to have.
Yeah, Majesty's nice. I can't say anything about Garrison because that's free.
Yeah, Sleipnir's shoe.
Yeah, and he comes with Enmity,
Yeah.
which might objectively be better.
Um, it might be, but one of the things that a lot of Sleipnir shoe grids sometimes struggle with is hit points, because if you are in specifically a primal garrison build, that and you don't, invest moons or whatever into taming Sari, then your hit point totals can actually get pretty low.
I'm pretty sure though, if you're being a primal player in the first place, that you were gonna invest in that anyways.
That's quite possible, but having garrison and hit points on the same weapon can be useful. I say
True.
this as someone with what is the name of the Dark Thrasher?
Dark
Is it
Thrasher.
Thrasher or Thresher?
It's the bow from role breaking boss, right?
Yes. It is Dark Thrasher. Not. It does not remove the husks from grain. It is a Thrasher, not a Thresher. Got it. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm still farming a second one of those.
yeah. Garrison Majesty on the same thing. As a water player, just big thumbs up. All right, big thumbs up.
Oh man, water having such a hard time getting HP. Dang, that's wild.
Look, sometimes you just
It's so
want to.
hard in those streets.
Sometimes you just want to walk into a raid with 75,000 health, especially when Belial decides that he's just going to take you from 75,000 to 2,000 in that turn. And you're just like,
I was
oh,
fighting with a vial earlier this week. That did happen to me.
yeah. So having
To be
both
fair, I had 55,000 health from the HP in my grid.
yeah, and it's like at a certain point you're just like, I'm thankful I had both garrison and hit points on this weapon slot. uh,
What a great fight.
I still enjoy playing that one. It's fun to me. All right.
Yeah, it was fun when I did my first run.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that is it for new character releases. Um, DJ, this is my
Yeah.
last question to you before we close out this segment of the show. Who is your fantasy character that you want them to bring in? What character would you like to pull out of the past with the fantasy tag?
That one girl that's in Earth Deonta's Fate.
The one who becomes Nihilith. It's what's her name? It starts.
I just remember her being in the Love Life event too.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
it's Aina. Aina. I only remember this because um you can send her Valentines now. She's not even on here.
You can send her. Oh, that's amazing. You can send her Valentine's.
You can send her Valentines. All right. Anyway, uh, my fantasy character that I want to pull out is Teacher Catalina.
Ah, that's fair.
Not well, School Catalina. We have School Korwa. Let's get the Albion Military Academy trio, please.
Can I just have them as skins?
I would be okay with that too.
That'd be nice. Oh man, I'm remembering that extra episode from season 2. That episode was great.
That episode is a great episode.
Yeah, Grant fighting a macho as a wrestler.
Would you? Hold on.
Everybody else was in Albion outfits for the
Oh
female
wait,
version.
It's not Aina. It's Salria. No, that's not Salria. Salria is somewhere else. So that's Violet Violence. It is Aina. I'm pretty sure. Anyway. So anyway, yeah, that would be my choice for pulling in a fantasy character. Is definitely school fantasy GBF. All right. So we talked about the cancellation of offline Granblue Fantasy Fest on the last couple of episodes. So they
Hmm.
did what is actually fully expected of them, and they gave us Granblue Fantasy Fest Online 2021. Um, like this page is always going to be updated a whole lot. Um, I'm not going to do the full coverage because at this point most people know what to expect from Granblue Fantasy Fest Online. There's going to be a 3D concert. That's something that I'm going to ask you about, DJ. Who do you think is going to be the new addition to the 3D character concert?
New addition.
Last year they added in Aoidos.
That was sick.
Last year they also had a cameo from Belial where he like just showed up at the end, but it was there was Sandalphon's was new. No, it wasn't.
What? No, it wasn't. That was 2019.
It was 2019. So it was
because we were
it
there.
was Cagliostro's that was new. That's right.
What series have we not done? I mean, you already know my obvious answer.
Well, you already had Uesis last year because that was where we got the "Do you like backs" captain.
Was she last year?
She was.
For character live. I'm lazy with Deonta.
Yeah, okay. I'm thinking it's gonna be Nier, but yeah, here's Uesis on the character stage last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. She had the dose.
She had the dosu.
Now.
It's true. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be Nier though, just because we have Shtaya there. She's gonna be there for the night party as well. So let's see here. Is she gonna be there for the night party? Hold on.
She's there for a night party.
Rose, Lyria, Jita. There she is. That's right. She's the new addition to the night party, isn't she? Because actually, no, Inata wasn't there last year. I don't think.
No, Inata was there.
Was there?
We heard Mary Love.
Oh, we heard Mary. Oh, okay.
I remember this specifically.
Yeah, Tanya Makisha was there as a pre-recorded segment, if I remember right. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And then the rest of these, I believe, were Seto Asami might not have been there last year. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Thankfully, there's a really easy way to check. /2020. Where's the night part? Granblue night party. Day 1 night party.
I don't remember her being there, though.
So, last year had Tanaka Minami. She was there. Nope, Seto Asami was there. Well, there you go.
Alright.
So anyway.
Mao as a recording.
Which one was the recording?
Mao.
Oh, yeah. So no Mao this year on the cast yet. So, well.
There's an and more somewhere in there.
There's an and more. We'll see what happens. The night party being free is awesome. That'll be an amazing thing.
My crystals.
I guess they'll just have to give everyone crystals for free, DJ.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Jeez. So let's see here. They have 15 minutes after the opening. That could be Granblue shopping. I'm just trying to figure out the points in the schedule where they can do Granblue TV shopping. So there's a half hour between the character concert and Granblue TV channel where they can do Granblue TV shopping. There's a 30-minute bit between the cosplay official cast stage and relink stuff where they can do Granblue TV shopping. And while they clean up from the Stella Magnus set, they can do Granblue TV shopping. This is what I live for now, DJ. This is where we've gotten.
Is it where Kawahara has to do all the satellite stage while everyone's on the live stage? Have you watched that VOD, by the way?
I haven't.
Oh, so like you can tell when night party was happening, and actually after night party ends, people come on this. More people just come onto the satellite stage.
So this is the thing that satellite stage has this year. So number one, satellite stage has the most insane schedule I've ever seen. It runs from midnight to noon before the start of opening, the opening ceremony here. And then it closes until after Granblue TV channel, and after the night party, because so Granblue TV channel ends at 8 p.m. JST. The night party um, starts at 9 p.m. JST, so there's an hour gap there, presumably for all the performers who are in both to get ready, because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, a lot of them coming through to the night party. And then after the night party is done, it's another 13 hours in the wee hours of JST. Um, and so Kawahara's there because he's always there. He's like their Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
Um,
Last year he had Yama to help him though.
yeah. So this year he has Hoshino Takanori, the voice of Dante, with him. Uh, Dante doesn't have a song yet, so they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. They're not going to leave him all alone. Here's Ichiki Mitsuhiro, who is one of the most popular people who does not have his own role in GBF,
Yep.
but plays enough GBF that
but he's powerful.
He carries all of the other ones.
Yeah, I remember I had to look up for the Kawahara tweet where he helped him out.
Yeah, get him through. Was it Lucy or was it one of the Bahas?
Lucy.
Yeah. Here's Ito Kanae. She does not have her own song yet, no matter how much she begs for a Sturm and Drang song.
Well, here's the thing. There's an and more night party, all right? Remember what happened in 2019?
Yeah, you lost your mind.
It was amazing.
Because they showed up with a new Uesis costume. It was like, oh god, what is this?
And it was a song.
Yeah, and it was a new song. So they have debuted multiple songs at Night Party before, because they also, for the Stella Magna concert, debuted the Colossus song from GB Versus.
I remember
that. We've got, Mark Ishii is going to be coming through.
It's weird that Ito Kanai is only there for satellite stage.
Yeah, but that's also, let's see, Takagi Miyu's up here too, never mind. So each game makes sense as being on satellite stage only because he can represent players, like the most hardcore of the hardcore players there. And since he doesn't have his own casts, he doesn't quite make sense on stage yet.
Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to Nakamura being only there for Granblue QA.
He's there to ask the hard questions only.
That's the only part of the list he's in.
Show up, make disappointed faces, ask piercing questions, leave.
It's a life.
Yeah, chat's like, watch, they're gonna announce a role for him there. I mean, they could.
Yeah.
They've done it before. So there was a question, what is the cosplay event? There's two of them. So one of them is just a stage show with like music, light choreography, showing off. Like the official cast is essentially hired cosplayers / models who come out in character costumes. We've seen them every year since what, 2017 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, 2017?
That was the first fest, wasn't it?
That was first year. I joined 2018.
Mm-hmm. And then the other cosplay show is the special show, Ao no Kiseki, Recursion and Reunion.
Look, I was crying when we were there in 2019 when we watched that.
I was too tired to react, except for when the what are they called, the raccoon-looking kaiju.
The ones that they moved us out of their seats for.
Yeah, Mars or something like that.
Marva,
right? Is it not Marva?
Oh man,
it is a Marva because that's the name of one of the outfits on the main character. Okay, anyway, so it's essentially that one is, you can consider it to be a special effects stage show where there'll be voiceover dialogue, like it'll be projected dialogue by the voice actors. They'll be played on stage by the models and cosplayers, and then there will be an overlay of special effects onto that, in order to sort of add to the GBF-ness of it all.
Yeah, they usually when we were there, they added the screen for the projector to reflect off of.
Yeah, if you've been to enough Disney shows, then you understand like the translucent, slightly shimmering screen that's there to project your special effects onto.
I like the one with wasn't there a Randall one in there?
There was a
I
Randall
remember him
cosplayer.
kicking.
Yep, I actually still have my collection of like all of the pictures that I can just pull up as needed. But like, yeah, might as well. I'll show those off. Let's see here. So I screenshotted a whole bunch of that because they didn't request no screenshots for that one. Granblue translation, 2020 December. Scroll down a bit. So streaming doesn't do a lot of these like special effects any favors because there's a lot of artifacting on the really flashy special effects because
Yeah.
that's just the nature of streaming. But where are you? So let's just go through some of this and just it's a sample. So they unveiled their first Seophon cosplayer this time last year. Here's some of the like projection effects onto the screen. Although since this was fully digital, then they just did it onto the they
AR.
could yeah via AR. We got like Ryan Hartzar versus Kane. Good lord.
Wrong person.
I'd still make that mistake. Here's your Randall boy with the feather cosplayer. Then here's them kicking and punching each other with special effects added. So yeah, that's what to expect from that show. It's we also had a Bollywood dance routine. It's fine. This is normal. So yeah, that one's always fun. This will be the third time they've done it now. So
Yeah, the first time was 2019.
yes. So that'll. The funny thing is, I had already taken that week off, and because that's when we expected it to be, and so it's like, all right, well, that means I'm not screwing up my work schedule at least doing this.
Because what time does it start for us in PST?
In Pacific time, it starts at 7:45 p.m. and runs until the night party runs until 7 a.m.
I
That
will
is
die that day because I'm going to work.
that is a solid 12 hours of content.
I'm going to die.
So you're working December 10th?
Yeah.
Then as soon as you're done, you're just gonna be like, all right, time to see what's happened on the satellite stage. And then
Exactly.
yeah, all right. I appreciate the dedication.
Look, this is the one thing I don't miss every year.
Yeah.
That and also the other streams. So I just keep staying up for these streams.
Does Granblue EN have an expected translation schedule? Yeah, it's this followed by this. We will go offline for the night party because they have specifically requested no restreaming, no recording, no screenshots, blah blah blah. So, and also, unlike last year, there will be no satellite stage. I think because they know no one will watch it. So we'll just go offline for that part, and then at 7:45 a.m. on Saturday the 11th Pacific time, I will collapse and die, and then be ready again for 8 p.m. the next day. Because 8 p.m. on Saturday the 11th for us is when they do the Granblue Q&A, and then it'll run until let's see, so that's 8 p.m., 9 p.m., so 4 a.m. 4 a.m. on Sunday. And guess what happens at 9 p.m. JST on Sundays? Oh, it's a Granblue TV channel.
Oh, are they gonna throw Fukujun off a bridge again?
I don't know, but you know what? Maybe.
Because that's what it was last time, if I remember correctly.
It was they threw Fukujun off of a bridge. It was a thing.
Oh, I can't wait for like those video messages from other people again and see what's like someone's gonna reveal something.
Yeah, not just that, but like at the end of the special show, when they're doing the close. They do the closing credits to thank everybody who was involved in production. Everybody comes out. There's an encore. Everybody who was on the cast for that day takes a bow,
And
and
then,
and then they show the trailer for the anniversary event. That is the standard they have set, and
I mean, what, 2 years in a row now?
they've done it 2 years in a row now. Cause yeah, they did the What Makes the Sky Blue 3. Then they did Seeds of Redemption, and then Home Sweet Moon. I keep
Okay,
wanting to
so
say Home Stay Moon.
3.
I keep wanting to say Home Stay Moon. That's not it. That's
The
not
thing I
it.
remember from 2017 because I was just watching the stream that time
Hmm.
was the transceiver for Right Behind You.
Yes. That was during the stream, I think.
Yeah, that was during.
Yeah. It was a specific preview of the next event and not the anniversary event, because people kind of knew that the anniversary event was going to be a sequel to What Makes the Sky Blue. All right. Oh, there was also Paradise Lost. I have to go through. Think we'll get main story news? Question mark. I do not make predictions on what we're gonna get, other than what we get every year. Every year we do get the preview of the next Zodiac.
Yep.
Often there is a preview of main story. The thing is that they also tend to miss their deadline on main story, because when we got what was it, the Circus of Liars or whatever it was called,
Mm-hmm.
that one came out late. COVID happened.
You know, things are out of hand sometimes.
Yeah. It was originally scheduled for like summer of 2020 or something like that. But
I
yeah.
mean, this is a game that also always has a new story event every month.
Yeah. Yeah. We also usually get a new grand reveal. Well, they just show us, they show us the characters that will be coming out for Christmas, and they'll show us Doraemon. There'll be
Yeah.
there'll be an appearance from Gachapin and Muku for roulette stuff.
You
I
just
do
see
like
what the next skin that comes out too.
Yeah, I do like the edit that someone did of the Doraemon silhouette that just turned him into the roulette wheel.
That one's so good.
Would a shot in the dark on Tiger's quirk be too much of a prediction? I don't know.
They usually just show us silhouette. We don't know anything about the character until they come out.
They tell us who the voice is. I remember when Horie Yui was announced as the voice of the pig, Eguchi went insane. He's like, yes! But it's like, look, we're gonna see Relink. It has its own section,
Yep.
and this is going to be the start of the rollout and the promotional campaign for Relink. I'm excited for that.
I'm super excited for that game to come out.
I'm excited for what will happen with Kurosawa Tomoyo added to the list of people doing freaking shenanigans on the Christmas show. She's very normal, you know. She's extremely normal. Meanwhile, Okubo Rumi represents the she's gone through every female otaku phase. She went to Yume Joshi, Fujoshi, 2.5D fan. So for those of you who are Fate Go fans, she has a reputation for wilding out on their radio show.
She does. I've actually listened to a couple of those.
She,
She's great. I love her.
The thing that I was told is that she is once requested to be Gilgamesh's chair.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
So she'll be a fun addition to the cast. She is already at full power.
But she doesn't like Siegfried.
That's okay. She likes Vayne. She's a lady of character.
Dang, the one year we don't get a Gucci then.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Siegfried is actually on stage with her, Mr. Inoue Kazuhiko. He's there to be the elder statesman of the show. as opposed to Kurosawa Tomio, who is like every Seiyu's kid sister, at least out of this set.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
wait,
pretty young comparatively.
yeah. Anyway, this will be a fun one. I'm excited. We're gonna hear Peace and Quiet live probably because Stevie is there.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a good song.
It's
I
good
like that
stuff.
one.
I do like that song. Anyway, um, that's it for this week. Next week we
Yeah.
will be recovering from Unite and Fight. Um, we will know what the next story event is, and that'll be exciting. Um,
Oh, it will also be uh their correct Friday. I miss her, man.
it'll
I
be
miss her.
yeah, that's true. It will be
She sends gifts.
she's off on a journey of discovery. Okay, she's off just and she just sends back shrimp and crystals every month. All right.
But that's for next week.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us. We'll just have Vicky escort you out. Um, Follow us on Granblue EN or twitch.tv/VibratingSheep, or the YouTube channel is Granblue_EN. Basically, the only thing that's posted on Granblue_EN as YouTube videos is this show, and then once a year, we spend a lot of work subtitling the trailer.
Yep.
Alright. Anyway, see you guys then. Thanks for hanging out. It's time for me to go back to Super Robot Wars, I think.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.
Unless he's back up with the stream for Super Wars.
Yeah, probably. Good night, everybody.